by Deacon Leon Hill. Jesus Feeds 5,000 by Deacon Mac Bell. Jesus Walk on Water by Sister Sandra Bell. And Jesus Heals the Blind Man by Sister Gertie Hill. And Jesus Brings Lazarus Back to Life by Sister Emily Hill.
You can come in that order.
Good evening.
Staples, Sister Staples, and Ramon, and to all the members of First Baptist. Okay, I have the first miracle. And I don't have no words. Only words I have is what the words that come from the
That's
Lord.
all right.
And it's His word.
Mm-hmm.
And His word is true.
That's right.
And my miracle was Jesus turned water into wine. And it's coming from John, 2nd chapter, verses 1 through 11. And it reads, and so I read, I just want the young people to know
All right.
that this is not a parable. It's not a story. This is true.
All right.
This is something that happened. Okay.
All right.
In the scripture read, on the third day there was a wedding in Cana of Galilee, and the mother of Jesus was there. Now both Jesus and his disciples were invited to the wedding. And when they ran out of wine, the mother of Jesus said to him, "They have no wine." Jesus said to her, "Woman, what does your concern have to do with me?
All right.
My hour has not yet come."
All right.
His mother said to the servant, "Whatever he says to you, do it."
Mm-hmm.
Now there were six water pots of stone, according to the manner of purification of the Jews, containing 20 or 30 gallons apiece.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus said to them, "Fill the water pots with water." And they filled them up to the brim. And he said to them, "Draw some water now and take it to the master of the feast." And they took it. When the master of the feast had tasted the tasted the water that was made wine, and did not know where it came from, both the servants whom had drawn the water knew. The master of the feast called the bridegroom, and he said to them, "Every man at the beginning sets out the good wine, and when the guests have well drunk, then the inferior. You have kept the good wine until now." And verse 11.
All right.
This beginning of signs Jesus did in Cana of Galilee, and manifested his glory, and his disciples believed in him. So this was the first miracle, and I want to talk about it just a little bit.
All right.
And then I'm gonna quit.
All right.
Okay. So here is what happened. There was a wedding.
Mm-hmm.
And at this wedding, the mother of Jesus was there.
All right.
And Jesus and his disciples was invited.
Mm-hmm.
And when they had ran out of wine, the mother came to Jesus.
All right.
And said, "They have no wine."
All right.
So I'm just thinking me.
Uh-huh.
You know, Jesus said to her, "Woman, what does your concern have to do with me?" Okay, so in this lesson it was talking about wine, that it was like at a wedding, when you run out of wine, that was like embarrassing things to happen. And to think about wine and what it takes now, if we go to a wedding or we go to a party or something like that, and if they run out of juice, just say they run out of juice or Kool-Aid or go and get you some more Kool-Aid, or you can get you more drink.
All right. All right.
But back in those days, you still didn't have no store to go to.
Okay.
So I know it took a lot of work to make this wine. And I'm thinking that, I'm trying to think of a fruit that would give a lot of juice, and the only thing I can think of is grapes. So, in order to go, Jesus probably was like, I mean, if he had to go back and just try to get up some bunch of grapes.
All right.
And then you got to pick the grapes.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got to squeeze the grapes.
Mm-hmm.
And then you probably got to let them set up a little bit.
Yeah, you do.
In order for them to be good, you know, you got to clean all the dirt and all that kind of stuff out. So, Jesus, which I don't blame him,
All right.
you know, use this moment to make it be his first miracle. And Jesus is the vine too, and he is.
That's right.
He
That's
was
right.
flesh. He was, you know,
Mm-hmm.
he was flesh, and I believe he obeyed his parents.
All right.
His parents asked us to do something, we should obey it. But and then it talked about, he said, my hour has not yet come. And when he talked about his hour, he was talking about the time of his crucifixion. That's what he was talking about. Okay? So, his mother said to the servant, whatever he says to you, do it. Now there were six water pots of stone.
Mm-hmm.
And they said this was according to the purification of washing hands. They used these big water pots for washing hands and all that kind of stuff, for purification. And Jesus told them to fill these water pots up. And it was six of them. And it said that all these six pots could hold up to 20 to 30 gallons of water. And that's about the size of baskets. So these were some big pots.
All right.
And he told them to fill it up with water to the top, to the brim, to the top.
Mm-hmm.
And after he filled the water pots, so Jesus said to them, fill the water pots with water, and they filled them up to the brim. And he said to them, draw some out now and take it. He said, draw some out and take it to the master of the feast. And they did. And when the master of the feast had tasted it, after he brought it out, and he tasted it,
All right.
the water was made wine. And did not know where it came from. He didn't know where it came from, but the servants who had drawn the water knew. The master of the feast called the bridegroom, and he said, every man at the beginning, most of the time, you set out the good wine first, but you set out the good wine, you saved it for last.
All right.
Okay. And so, this is the beginning of signs Jesus did and came and manifested his glory. And do anybody know what manifest is?
All right.
Manifest, when he manifested his glory, he was making himself known. He was revealing himself.
That's right. That's right.
And the disciples, when they seen what Jesus did, they believed. And Jesus was trying to get other people to believe in him and know who he was and know his glory. And, okay.
All right.
And what I want to say is, I don't know if anybody believes in this, but if you look at the beginning of time when Jesus, we go back to the Old Testament, when he said, let there be light, he said it with the word of his mouth.
That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right.
He created, on his creation, he created the humans and the male, and how he breathed life into him, and then how he operated on the man and made the woman, and how he created the animals and everything. He made everything out of nothing. So, I mean, it's not hard for me to believe that Jesus can turn water into wine.